Today I made flour tortillas, but I made these with lard. So for those of you who have been loving the butter tortillas, check this out because these are just as good. Here I have 3½ cups of all-purpose flour. This is the kind that I like to use, gold medal. Add in 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, not to be confused with baking soda. And I'm using 1/2 cup of lard. And this is the brand that I prefer to use. I have 1 cup of hot water. I put it in the microwave for 1.5 minutes. So I'm gonna start mixing my salt and baking powder in with the flour. And now I'm gonna add in my lard. Just scoop it out like that. Now with my clean hands, I'm gonna take the lard, I'm gonna break it up, and as I do, I'm mixing it in with the flour, just like this. And I just take it like this to make sure it's all evenly distributed in there. And now I'm gonna gradually add in the hot water. You wanna make sure it's hot. You don't wanna burn yourself, but you do wanna make sure this is hot water. Have it as hot as you can tolerate it. So just add it in slowly and then just keep mixing like this. I just added all the water. This is what it looks like right now. And so I'm gonna knead the dough for 5 minutes. Set your timer, put my video on pause, and come back in 5 minutes. And this is how I knead my dough, just like this. After 5 minutes of kneading, I just take it and roll it around like this. You want to take your dough, or in Spanish, masa, put it back in your bowl. Okay. Get a clean kitchen towel, cover it. Set your timer for 15 minutes and let it rest. Once my timer goes off on my stove, we will continue with the next step. This is where I come over to my comal. I put a little bit of vegetable oil, cooking oil, and I take a paper towel and I just rub it all around. I have an electric stove, so I put my temperature on medium-high, and now let me go back over to my dough. So then I take my dough, I squeeze it like this in between my 2 fingers, pull off, just like that, and they pretty much should all be the same size by doing that technique. So I was able to get 12. Now let me show you how to make the testales, or dough balls. You're just gonna have to like play around. I don't really know how. I just take it in a circle. I like turn, tuck, turn, and I tuck like that. And then I kind of just push it down in the middle. And you should have a perfect circle like this. And here they are. I grab some flour. I sprinkle them like that. Now it's time to roll. I always push down like that. I roll up, down, turn, and I just keep continuing. Up, down, and then I turn. And you just keep doing this until you have the size that you're satisfied with. And I'm showing this, you can kind of see my hand through the dough. So now over to the stove. And now this is the sound that you want to hear. You want to hear that sizzle. When it starts to bubble like that, flip it over. Perfect. You just want to leave it on the other side for about 15 seconds or so. It should look like this, and it is done. And then I place it in my container over here in a clean kitchen towel. So now I'm just going to continue with the rest. You can also put it in like a Tupperware. Just make sure that it's sealed and covered, or you can put them in a Ziploc. So just play around with your heat settings until you find what works best for you.